All right. So good. Hello, Jelena. So for everybody that's following us and are excited to do this challenge with us, we decided to bring in Jelena. She's a pro at this, and for her to tell us a little bit about herself and the way that she does this. So everybody, have a pen and paper ready because this is a woman that really kicks ass in this business. So welcome to you, Jelena. Thank you for doing this for us. We have over 40 people watching. So we are so excited and thank you for your time. And yeah, go ahead. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me. It's so good to be here. And I really hope the information is going to help your audience. And so yeah, if you don't know me, my name is Jelena Ostrovska. I'm from a very small country, Latvia, over in Europe. I am Russian, if you cannot tell by the accent. I am 22 years old, about to turn 23 in a couple of months as of the recording of this interview. And the way I got started in network marketing, it's actually pretty funny because my parents introduced me to the profession as they were building it. I mean, they were active in the industry at that point, which I was 18 years old. So it was like 4 years ago. I mean, almost 5 years ago, actually. So time flies pretty crazy. And it's funny because I was struggling for the first year. Like my hope was to make enough money to pay for my college tuition fee because like I had to kind of go study. Everybody told me you have to go to university, you have to do this, you have to get like this piece of paper to be able to get a job. And obviously I was prepared to go there. The only part was like the finances. Like it costs a hell of a lot of money to like go get that education. And my dad told me like, Jelena, you are not going to college. You have this network marketing thing going on. And I've been like already in my second company because the first one, like, you know, it was just like not a fit. And I was just struggling. Like I had no idea what to do. I didn't even know what to do with my life. I didn't know like who I wanted to be. Like as far as like profession goes, I was like, maybe I'm going to be a fashion designer, maybe like a lawyer, which I mean, how can I be like, I don't really see myself as a lawyer. It's like funny to even say that. And so yeah, my dad told me like, you know, let's find the education online that is going to be cheaper, but it's going to be as valuable and maybe like even more valuable than college, than paying like thousands of dollars and then getting yourself in debt and then hoping to get a job someday. So my dad totally made sense because the reason I also listened to him, obviously he's my dad, and my parents, like they have always owned their own business. Like I grew up seeing my parents every single day. So I did not even know what a 9-to-5 was just because I never got exposed to them. So network marketing made sense to me. Like I kind of had that against like entrepreneurial bone or whatever. And then, yeah, I found training online and again, I struggled again just because I'm Russian. Like I know for you, English is not your first language either. So it's just learning all the terms and I was on my own. Like those people who are watching this right now, like you should be thankful that you're listening to like, that you're doing this 5-day challenge because I wish I had something like this when I first started out. So, and then, I mean, yeah, it's been just like one hell of a journey and a struggle and always ups and downs, just like for every entrepreneur. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit about my story.
That sounds great. So today's challenge and why we brought you in is if you can tell us a little bit about what the importance, how important it is having a target market and what that means.
Yeah, so I mean, whenever we all start in network marketing, we're always being taught like, go share the product. That's all I heard from my upline. I love my upline to death, but I mean, he just like told me you need to share the product, share the product. We're not selling anything. And I was like, dude, like we're still selling something. And then basically we were taught to talk to every single human being that is breathing. So that was like, you know, your target market is everybody. Everybody needs this product. But here's the deal. Here's how I view it. So I was with a company that sold brain supplements, and I was with skincare. I was like with weight loss and stuff like that. And they always said like, you know, you need to sell your product to everybody. Like, you know, everybody wants to be healthy. And, you know, maybe that's true, but not everyone is going to buy it. So let's say if you're selling, like if you want to sell skincare products, I'm probably not going to be your target market because I'm 22. I mean, I don't use like a whole bunch of like anti-aging creams or anything. It's like, I don't need it. So I'm not your target market. If you want to sell, let's say, for example, like a weight loss shake, I'm not going to buy it because I don't look like somebody who needs it. You know what I mean? So your bet, and this is like, this tip is golden, because when I heard it, it made so much sense to me. Let's say you're selling, I don't know, like a travel package or whatever, like travel services. Like your best customer is going to be the one who is already buying what you have somewhere else. So if you if you're selling skincare, your customer is most likely hanging out at Sephora. You know what I mean? So like that, and I feel like whenever you're reaching the right people, whenever you're like really talking to the people that vibe with you, that resonate with you, it's like building a business is so much fun, because I cannot imagine working with somebody that I don't like. And that is like the whole beauty of this profession. You get to choose the people that you work with. So I feel like that is like the best thing about, like, when it comes to target markets. And at the same time, in the beginning, you will start out kind of like talking to more people than you probably should. In the beginning, your target market is going to be generic, because you're still trying to figure out like, who am I talking to, what am I selling, and stuff like that. But yeah, that's kind of how I view target market.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So, Jelena, tell me, how do you find out who your target market is?
Okay, so first of all, you have to understand what kind of product are you selling and who is the person who needs it the most. So let's say if it's skincare, it's probably going to be women, maybe like between 30, 35, 40, 55, something like that. If you're selling makeup, most likely your target market is going to be females, right? So we're like cutting it in half. If you're selling, I'm just trying to think of different companies. If you're selling, I don't know, like supplements for like fitness, your perfect customer is probably going to be somebody who's like in the gym 24/7. And here's like the best research you can do is, let's say you can type in different, one thing that I do quite a lot is I use Facebook a lot, right? So you can do a lot of research there. Just for example, and this tip, like most people probably don't even use it. I actually use it pretty heavily because I do a lot of Facebook ads and building my fan page. I don't know how far your audience is like in the whole like building thing, but whenever you go to Facebook, there is a way for you to set up your Facebook ads manager, where you can set up the like advertising. You don't have to pay anything just yet. You don't have to like run the ads, but when you do set it up, if you log into your ads manager, at the very top, like on the left corner, as like at least like for now, there is a place where you can find different audiences, and basically you can find audience insights, and that's what I've been using. So let's say if I want to target somebody for my Facebook ads and I want to like research different fan pages, because let's say if you sell a weight loss shake, your audience might be hanging out at Shalene Johnson's fan page, which like, she's big into fitness. Or maybe like Jillian Michaels, or anybody like, any other like fitness trainer or something like that. So what I'm going to do is I log into like those Facebook like audience insights. I can type in the fan page, which I can put in like Shalene Johnson, or I can put like interest fitness, and it's going to give me like a whole list of different fan pages that are related to this particular niche. And then I can go over to those fan pages. I can check out what kind of content are they posting, what are they doing, what do they do to attract their audience, because their audience is most likely going to be my audience if I'm selling fitness like shakes or whatever. So that is like one way to figure out like who your target market is, to like find people who are doing what you do, and like really kind of stalking them, identifying how are they doing it, like what content is that, what kind of language are they using, what kind of people are hanging out on their fan pages, on their like blogs, on their like Facebook even profiles. So Facebook audience insights, or in the Facebook ads manager, if you can't find it, just Google it. That tool is like monster. I totally love it. So yeah, that kind of has been actually my primary strategy to finding like my target markets and really understanding where people are hanging out at. And another thing you may want to do, usually, and I can speak from experience, like it's so much fun building a business with people who are similar to you. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm 22. I do attract like people from from different like various ages, but at the same time, like I like building a business with people who maybe like not necessarily my age, but if like they're on the same level, kind of like mentally, we just like get each other. Like I say one thing, they can continue the sentence. You know what I mean? So I feel like whenever you like attract the perfect target audience, most likely it's going to be people similar to you. Like right now, I'm visiting a friend we met last year, and it's kind of like I said to her yesterday, I was like, Sherry, can you believe that I'm actually here, like staying with you for 2 weeks? Like 2 years ago, we didn't know each other. Like right now, we're literally like sisters. So, and that's the power of like of target market. Like we're not like selling anything to each other, but like if I were, like I would have totally sold something to her. You know what I mean? So like your vibe attracts your tribe. So I mean, like whenever you're like, I can't imagine myself building a business with somebody who is like negative or like doesn't have like a positive attitude or anything like that. So it's like for me, I like building a business with people who I would travel with. Like I like traveling. And here's another perspective. I heard it from a friend of mine about a year ago. She said, your target market like should be like this. Like, is this the like whenever you're chatting with somebody, whenever you're talking to somebody, is this the person you would want to go to the beach with? Like, is this the person you would want to go travel with, go to company events? Because you really have to think long term whenever you're, let's say, prospecting somebody. Is this really, like, if you're here for the long haul, there are going to be events, there are going to be trainings, there are going to be masterminds, and like you actually have to meet people. So is that the person you would want to go and like have like dinner with? And I feel like, I mean, whenever you like answer that question, target market is going to be so much easier, because a lot of the times we just overcomplicate it. They say, well, your target market is person between age this, and this, and he has to eat this, and he has to go there. Not necessarily. Like you will attract people similar to yourself.
Yeah, you know, it really reminds me what it did for me when I got to recognize my target market and where to find them. It really made me, you know, I really felt that I could be myself. And that's so important in this business, that you feel good about what you do and who you talk to about it. So for me, the point of knowing your target market and knowing where to find your target market is like the most important thing in this business for me, because every day I wake up, I feel happy. I can't wait until I go online and start to interact with these people. So that's so powerful to know your target market and where to find them. And, you know, it's not difficult finding out exactly who your target market is. No matter what company or product you have, you are able to find out who the target you're going for and where to find these people. So, and my next question was where to find them, and you already told us. So maybe my wife has a few questions. If you have time still, Jelena.
Sure. Yeah, I got a couple minutes.
All right.
Yeah, but you actually covered a lot of it. But I was thinking about, can you tell a little about what it did for you to when it changed your business from struggling to become the success that you are now? What was the turning point for you? Was it finding your target market, or
Actually, not necessarily. And I will tell you, like, target market, it has never been like a strength of mine. Even like branding, personal branding, like all that, it's like, it hasn't been my jam. So it is kind of like even funny talking about target market, because it was kind of like out of my comfort zone, but at the same time, like I know like how to identify it and everything. My turning point was a conversation with my dad, and it's not the most pleasant conversation. He basically, like, after a year of me being in like online marketing and year and a half in network marketing, he told me, Jelena, like, what you've been doing, it hasn't been working. We're putting way too more money, like, that you're making, way more money than you're making, and like you have to figure something out. So basically, like, I mean, it was like right now, like I'm not like saying that, like it doesn't sound like a harsh conversation. It was harsh, like, but when you hear from your dad that you're basically a failure and you have to figure something out, otherwise you're going to have to go to college, because like my alternative was kind of like depressing, because I did not want to go in debt and everything. And my family, they have been supporting me like all along. Like, I mean, they've been like helping me financially in the beginning and everything. But at the same time, like when I heard this from my dad, I was like, man, if my own family say to me that I'm a failure, what do other people think? And my problem was, I was learning too much, but I was not taking a lot of action. And for me, like I was like absorbing information like a sponge, and I didn't do much about it. Like, and I was struggling with overwhelm. I was like, man, like I'm not good. And I had like so many limiting beliefs. At that time, I was like still 20 years old. And I was like, man, like if I do videos, who would listen to me? If I do blog posts, who would like listen from a 20-year-old coach or whatever? I mean, like there's like so many like 20-year-old life coaches, and I totally always say like this is just like bullshit. You cannot be a coach at like 22 years old. I mean, like not life coach. Like I'm not gonna teach you like how to like raise your kids. Like I mean, it's like it's ridiculous. I'm totally getting a little bit off topic here, but yeah, it's that conversation with my dad, because I knew that I had a lot of information. I just had to put it into action, get out of my own way. And sometimes that's what you have to do, like get out of your own way and really stop being selfish. And let's say, like, I'm pretty sure you've covered a little bit about like content creation. We've touched on a little bit. If you're not creating content, if you're not doing videos, if you're not doing Facebook Lives, if you're not doing blog posts, whatever like content means to you, you're selfish. And you have to get your act together and focus on your audience instead, on your target market, on the people that are looking for help, because you're not creating content for yourself. I'm not making videos for me just to like see like how my makeup looks on video. You know what I mean? Like I do videos for my audience so they can get something out of it, so they can go put it into action, and then, I mean, and then like get results out of it. So for me, like that was it. And then another thing for me was daily mode of operation. So I had all the time in the world. Like I've never had a job. I don't have kids. And my parents have obviously been supporting me like the whole time. So I had 24 hours a day. I just was only learning and I was not taking action. And then when I was taking action, it was not consistent. So you have to have a consistent daily mode of operation, so you know every single day what you're doing. Like you need to have some sort of like calendar or something and put it down on paper. And like you need to discipline yourself to doing it even when you don't feel like doing it. Like I will say, like we all have those days when you're just like, man, I don't want to do anything. Just because you don't feel like doing something doesn't mean you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, that sounds great. Again, it made me think back on our journey. You know, we have been struggling in network marketing for 12 years, but for getting to know about attraction marketing and knowing what you have to do, the small steps every day, it became a habit. And you know, it's not hard when you know what to do, but if you keep on doing it every day, the small things that will make a big difference. And we started with attraction marketing only 4 months ago, not even, you know, and we really already now feel momentum going. We signed up 7 people in our network marketing business, and 3 of them didn't even know what company or product we had. They just wanted to be a part of our team because of the value we gave them and because of the content we do on our Facebook. So it really makes sense that, you know, you can learn from left and right and learn and go to these events and look at a lot of free training. But if you don't start using what you learn, you know, it doesn't matter. So that's a real good tip for everybody that's watching. Get your DMO, your daily method of operation. Go do the small things that needs to be done every day. And when you put it all down on paper, it's not a lot, you know. Everybody is online all the time anyway. So when you spend your time online, you
might as well be productive.
You might as well be productive, because then you will really feel the momentum going. And, you know, for us to be where we at in almost 4 months doing this is amazing. It's amazing feeling, you know, and we can't sleep at night because we're just waiting until we can wake up. We have so many friends all over the world now, and they are all awake when we sleep, and we want to interact with them. So we stay up at night, you know. It's like, it's crazy. It feels so good.
Exactly.
I'm done.
Are you happy?
Yes.
All
Very
right,
happy.
Jelena. So I know that you're a busy woman. Everybody wants to get your expertise. So we want to thank you a trillion times to do this with us. We reached out to you on Facebook, and you were so kind to say yes to help us. We never met you, but I know we will meet in 2018. I promise you that. And for you doing this for us, I promise you that we'll give you dinner in the restaurant, and we'll hang out and have fun together, us 3. So,
thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me.
Whoever want to join us. So we thank you for the bottom of our hearts. I know that this video will really inspire and help all the audience that decided to take it one step further their goals and join us on this Facebook challenge. So Thank you very much. Spasiba. And may you have a wonderful and fantastic day.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. I really hope this helps. And yeah, I mean, people should be really grateful to be learning from you, because what you've done in the last 4 months, it is amazing. So yeah, thank you for inviting me. And yeah, we'll definitely meet next year.
Thank you so much. Okay, have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Victor, er den optaget?
Ja.